Hey guys, it's Bree and welcome back to another video. So for today's video, I am going to be doing my first impressions review of Vinland Saga by Makoto Yukimura. Now, I've heard a crazy amount of good things about Vinland Saga, and that's really what got me interested in actually checking out the series. And then on my kind of Christmas wish list, I actually put on this volume, and then my boyfriend kindly picked it up for me. So I was super excited to dive into the series after reading so many good reviews and just hearing so many good things about it. This series is a either seinen or shonen action adventure series that features Vikings, and I don't know, that just sounds amazing. There's like not that many manga out there that features Vikings, and that's a really cool group within history and time period to write a story in. So this first volume is actually an omnibus published by Kodansha, and it contains the first 3 volumes of Vinland Saga. I think that they started publishing this way after the series got published in Japan, so in order to catch up, they just released these large omnibuses, and now there's like at least 12 of them. I'm kind of nervous to start picking up this series just because of the sheer amount of catching up I'm going to have to do with these pretty expensive volumes. Anyways, let's just jump into the review. So the beginning of this volume actually starts out with our main character, Thorfinn, being a young adult. I think he's supposed to be some sort of teenager, probably 15 to 20. I can't actually pin down how old he's supposed to be at this point, but he is working for a Viking gang who kind of goes in and pillages towns that are caught under war, it seems like, and he is a very skilled fighter who is kind of their trump card in a way, because he is super good at infiltrating places and just murdering a whole bunch of people, I guess. But he is not working for this gang willingly at all. Like, he actually has a very specific grudge against the leader of the gang, Askeladd? Something like that. I cannot pronounce any of these names, and I am sorry. Who we find out actually killed his father. And we don't know how that happened, and we don't really know why, other than Thorfinn being bound to this gang through kind of like pride in a way. Like, he just wants to be able to duel with Askeladd to rightfully kill him in duels so that he can avenge his father at some point. But in order to do that, he has to challenge Askeladd, and Askeladd has to agree to it. And then I guess in a way he's not really quite like a captive, but he just works for the gang in the meantime, helping them with their general pillaging and also fighting in wars and stuff. And that's kind of how this series starts out for a bit, before actually jumping into the past when Thorfinn was a kid and his dad was well alive and he had the rest of his family, and you just find out way more about his life and all of, I guess, Viking culture in a way, and how he was living before clearly all of these tragic events happened. Overall, I really enjoyed this first volume. It was very good. I think that it took a little bit to get really into it, because I found that despite it, I think, being a seinen series, it felt like it was written for a younger audience in some ways, just how the comedy was, or how the reactions of characters were. It was like a little bit cartoony, but I didn't really mind it ultimately. I thought that it was a very fun read still. One of my favorite characters in this first volume was actually Thorfinn's older sister. I just thought that she was so good in all of the scenes that she was in, because she like really cared about the well-being of the family, and like she was very logical in her concerns for various things that happened in this volume, as well as I thought it was really funny that all of the guys in town, when they had to leave, were just like, when I get back, I'm gonna marry you. And she's like, this is awful, being the only young woman in this town. So I really liked her. I don't have too much to say about Thorfinn's character itself, because it was pretty stereotypical revenge quest character where he's like, I will avenge my father, and also I'm a super badass on the battlefield and I'm going to murder everyone because I'm super good at it. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I guess. Thorfinn's father, though, was a very interesting character to see in the past. I thought that specifically the scene where they are near the end of this volume, where they're going through that channel, was like one of my favorite scenes in this volume, where it was like the steep cliffs all around them. And I don't really want to say what happens in that scene, but it actually reminded me of a scene that happened in Jason and the Argonauts movie, which I had watched recently. I went through a binge of a whole bunch of Sword and Sandals movies and just Grecian movies in general. And there was like a similar scene in there where they kind of got into this canal and it was very hard to navigate through and very difficult to get through in a boat. Anyways, about this volume, I really liked the art style in this volume. I thought that the art was pretty gorgeous a lot of the time, especially when they did backgrounds. I was like, whoa, that's really nice. And I really liked the ocean scenes as well. I thought that that was cool. So I think that I am definitely going to check out more of Vinland Saga after reading this volume. I understand why it has such high praise because it was a really fun read overall. I hope that you enjoyed this little first impressions review of Vinland Saga. Definitely let me know if you are interested in seeing me review any other series on this kind of video series that I'm doing, I guess. Definitely let me know if it is a series that I've picked up recently in one of my hauls, because I can always do a review of those. No worries. I'm on it. I am probably a little less likely to do reviews of series that have a lot of reviews focused on them. Like even this one I was a little bit hesitant on because I'm like, there's already so many dang reviews out there, like you can just find out about it. But maybe you'd be interested in my opinion of it, who knows? Anyways, let me know in the comments if you read Vinland Saga and if you liked it. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you have a great day. Bye!